Hey, good morning, CSL. Oh, thank you. I'm not even going to say my name. You guys know my name. I'm just kidding. Hi, online people, too. My name's Jake. I'm the music director, and it is a wonderful, slightly chilly morning, which is my favorite thing in the world. My next favorite thing in the world is having a lovely bunch of people help me sing the opening sing-along. That's not passive-aggressive, right? No, it's great. All right, here we go. This is going to be a classic. We haven't done it in a long time. I don't know why I haven't thought about it, but we're going to sing God is My Source. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Sing that again. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, gives me everything love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. Oh, I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything Peace is my source. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. Peace gives me everything. Joy is my source. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything. Back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Last time. God gives me everything I need.
The ministers in the house, and today's humorist has got the mic. And I haven't thought of a single funny thing this morning. Oh. But again, that's not what we're about. We're about a community that comes together around spirituality, spiritual practice, ancient wisdom that we apply to everyday life. That is one of my mottos. If it doesn't work every day, tell somebody else. Because I'm not interested. I like a spiritual practice like what we teach, science of mind and spirit, that I can use in my business, in relationship, every day, driving on the freeway, use that a lot, typically the forgiveness part. And so it's all working for us to help us live a life that supports us and creates a world that works for all. That's what we're about. Online, you're part of that circle, because when we come together in consciousness, spirit is not limited by sight, by physical presence. It is all. We are all connected. And as we claim this time this morning, we are creating a container of wisdom, of love, of energy and life, and that idea of creating a world that works for all. Now, we can do that much easier if we talk to each other. It's called connection. Oh, I know it's hard. I got to talk to somebody. I'm an introvert. You'd never know it. But yet, we try and make connection easy. And there's so many ways you can connect, many of which do not require interpersonal interaction. And so one of them is here in the room. We have cards in the back of the seats that are very helpful on your spiritual journey. One of them is a connection card. And you can fill that out. You can drop it in the offering plate. You can hand it in at the registration table. And what all that does is allow us to know how to let you know what's happening here. whether it's kirtan, whether it's a class, whether it's a guest speaker, we can let you know so that you can plan accordingly. That's a good thing. Online, you've got the same option. It's just not a physical card. It's a click. It's just a click away. All you need to know about Center for Spiritual Living is that close. And those of you in the room, if you're jealous, you can do it when you get home. So we like creating community. We have it downstairs after service, in between services, fellowship and coffee where we can connect and talk about the minister. We can talk about what we learned. See, in this family, you gotta have one of those. And she's wonderful. And she probably will not let me ever do this again for her. But we're gonna have a good time this morning. I know I'm looking forward to the message. We're talking about freedom this month. Freedom is a spiritual principle. I've talked about it here 2 weeks ago. Jeri's talking about it today. And we just invite you here and online to join us in this journey of freedom in our personal lives and in our outer lives. And with that, I am complete with my invitations. No, I'm not. I lied. I forgot. Come on up, Jeri. This is the end of the month. You know what that means? The first of the month is next week. You know what that means? Yes, it's the Better Business Break. Oh. Tuesday at noon on Zoom. Shameless promotion, yes, because I've been doing this forever. And what I can tell you is spiritual principles, certainly the ones we teach, and business dance together amazingly well. Don't believe me? Come find out on Tuesday or ask me anytime around here. I love talking about spiritual principles in business. And for the men in the room and online, we have our men's circle next Sunday as well. Info on the website. Your turn. No, is it your turn?
Any other plugs?
Just her. She's great.
So I got a joke for you. Elmer and Bugs visit a distillery. Bugs turns to Elmer and he says, "Is this whiskey?" And Elmer says, "Not as whiskey as robbing a bank." I may or may not have learned that from a 12-year-old, just saying. So, in the joy of laughter, the reverberation of joy. Joy is the emotion experienced by the expectancy of good. And so I expect good today. I expect it for myself. I expect it for everyone here, for everyone watching whenever they watch. I expect good because I expect God. As Don said, all presence in each and every one of us, in the music, in Jake playing this thing called the piano, joy right there. So I give myself over to it. I invite you to surrender to joy and freedom right now. What have you got to lose? You have everything to gain. I call this day good because I know it is, because I woke up. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with God. And so it is.
So some of the regulars of you out there see the harmonium and the guitar and already know what's happening. But for those who don't, please give it up for the wonderful, the amazing Rob and Melissa.
Good morning.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Jake. All right, so this morning we're going to sing a song called The Story of Sita and Ram, and we're really excited to share it with you because it's actually the title track from our new album that's coming out on Friday. So coming this Friday on Spotify, Apple Music, all those places that you listen to music, you'll be able to tune in. And so what we do is we sing kirtan, and kirtan is a participatory thing. This is so Jake's already got us warmed up. We were singing with him in the opening, but we're going to hopefully invite you to, well, we're going to invite you, and then we hope that you'll sing along. So it's call and response chanting. So Paul is going to put the words up on the, it's pretty basic. Everybody please say Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
And then Sita, Sita Ram. That's easy after what you've just done. So this means victory to Sita and Ram. And Sita is the goddess and Ram is God. So we're just honoring those two parts of our existence, that feminine aspect and that masculine aspect coming together. And guess what, everybody? Sita and Ram reside within our hearts. So we're just waking up the God and goddess within us. So please join in. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Your turn.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Beautiful.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita Ram Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram Jaya Sita Ram.
Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram.
Sita, Sita Ram. Sita, Sita Ram. Everybody.
Sita, Sita Ram. Sita, Sita Ram.
Sita, Sita Ram. Sita, Sita Ram.
Sita, Sita Ram. Sita.
Everybody keep singing with all your heart. Sita, Sita Ram. Sita. One more, just a little louder, please. Sita, Sita Ram. Sita.
Sita Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Sitaram. Keep singing.
Clap.
Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Sitaram. Keep going. Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, 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 Jai
Jai Sitaram.
You feel that? I'm Rev Jeri. My pronouns are she and her. I'm delighted to be here, delighted to close up the month of freedom. I get to talk about one law, two effects. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Law's a law. So we use this book, for those of you that are new, we use this book called Science of Mind. It was written by a man, Ernest Holmes. He wrote the original in 1926. He revised it in 1938, and that's the one that we use. The 26 is good. It's just a little different. And this book has changed my life. It really has. I'm not just up here going, oh, it's such a good book. It really has actually changed my life. And I'm not saying that you're going to have some kind of earth-shattering experience today where your life completely changes. But if you listen to what I have to say about this, what he has to say about everything, and something resonates with you, then go explore it. Go find out for yourself what this is saying. So we talk about the law here. The law is kind of this sometimes little nebulous idea that we have, and you'll hear all kinds of teachers talk about it, and he talks about it. The law, the law, the law, the law. So what we believe is that there's a thing called God, or whatever you want to call it, and there's the God that thinks, there's the God that does stuff, and then there's the God that is the stuff. Okay? And it's all of it, and it's all of it all the time. So it thinks, it causes things to happen, and then those things are in the world. Now, the part that causes things to happen, that's what Ernest called the law. I don't know why he called it that, but it kind of works. Because like that word, now if I say it's a law, what do you think? It's solid. What else?
It's the rule all the time.
It's the rule all the time, exactly. This thing that he calls the law, it has absolutely no personality. It cannot make decisions. It can only say yes to everything. And that's why this same law that frees you, because we're talking about freedom, this same law is also the law that will create bondage. I don't want that. Anybody here prefer bondage over freedom? That might be a different group. Now that I think about it. So whatever it is that we're thinking, it receives our thought, this thing called the law, and then it says, okay. One of the things that I really appreciate about my relationship with the thing, I do call it God. So if that bothers you, just hear another word when I say it. I've been able to get over my, my upbringing with that word. So what I love about the way it interacts with me, because it's a living presence, it uses my curiosity. I'm a really curious person. And so when I'm asked to speak, Dawn, we're asked ahead of time and we're given a subject matter. You know, sometimes like, okay, we're talking about freedom and do whatever you want about that. And so I kind of ponder it. I'm a ponderer. I think about it for a few weeks. I let things percolate and percolate. Sometimes I'll write something down and that seems important. And then the percolation has to become coffee eventually, right? So the week before, I start sitting down to see what's actually going to come through me. Because this might sound highfalutin, but God speaks through me. Because I give myself over to it, and it uses the way I speak, so it's not making me, a robot, but it engages me just like it shows up like all of you, exactly on purpose, because it wants to be you and you and you. So as I'm sitting there this week, I'm going, and I do this. The law. It's all about the law. It's all about freedom and bondage. The law. It's just spiraling. And I thought, how often does he say the word law in this book? Now, this book is like 600 pages, and it's not big type. And in the back, it's even smaller in the concordance. So I'm curious. So I look it up because I have a concordance in this version. It takes up 3 pages in this book. 3 whole pages. 173 times he talks about the law. At first I thought it was the most used word, but it's not. Consciousness is the most used word, 323 times. I'll get to that in a minute. So let's talk about laws. Did anyone expect that to fly out of the room? This little teeny tiny felted coaster? Anybody? Expect it to go over there? Back to the camera? No, we didn't, because we believe in gravity, right? You don't even think about it. You're like, of course it's going to fly down there. Elementary school, you're given 3 colors of paint. Red, blue, and yellow. What are you doing? You're making green, you're making orange, you're making purple. And the more you add of this, the more purple it is. And the more you add of this, the more green it is, right? It happens the same way every time. And this thing called the law happens the same way every time. And we have to become aware that we're always using it. It doesn't take a holiday. It doesn't say, I'll be right back. This is the way I say it to myself. It's always listening, because that's its job. And whatever is our habit of thinking, it's not just one single thought and there it is, but our habit of thought becomes the stuff it uses to create the thing. So you can be bound or you can be free. So, interestingly enough, on the very first page, which happens to be 25, makes no sense to me, but the very first page, he's talking about freedom and bondage. And in the first 90 pages, he's talking about the law, and he says it 90 times in the first 75 pages. That seems significant, doesn't it? Like, maybe we ought to be paying attention. And I want to tell you, if you don't have this book, go get it. And if you have this book and it's dusty on your shelf, pull it out and start reading it. because it is life-changing. When you start realizing that what you think and say becomes your world, don't you think you might want to be thinking about what you think and say? I know I do. I got something. I have got something that's just been vexing me for years. Just for years. I'm kind of tired of it. It's like, there you are again. There you are again. There you are again. And, I have a pretty good life. I really do. I have a good life. Not a pretty good life. I have a really good life. I have a home I love and people that I love in that home and that love me. I get to be up here. I get to teach. I get to work with people one-on-one. I get to have fun. I get to play pickleball pretty much whenever I want. Unless one of you is in the chair and I've got to be with you, in which I'll put pickleball off. It's a really good life. But then there's this thing that just won't let me go. And why is that? Because I think about it all the time. Yeah, Stacy, I saw you. Like, oh, really? Yeah, I do. I'm no different than you. Don't you have something? Most of you, I bet, have something that, it's not a loud voice, but it has a voice. It kind of whispers naggingly in your ear. But no matter what is happening, we can always choose freedom, but we actually have to do it. So I love that you're here. I love that you're here whatever time you're listening to this. I love that you're here. And it's great that we all get together on Sunday and we have this great time together, and hopefully you get inspired by something that somebody up here says, and maybe it puts you on a different path. But if you don't actually do something, it's just a nice Sunday morning. Like, we really have to start doing something different. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm actually working with a practitioner. And I found freedom this week, y'all. Now, a part of me just went, but is it going to last? Right? It's just like, it seriously just went, is it going to last? Yes, it's going to last. Shut up. Why is it going to last? Because I'm going to put the power of my mind to work, to tell the law what I want to have. Now, speaking of power, let's talk about these other words that I discovered. So consciousness, 323 times. Law, 173. Power, 164. Create, 150. Word, 133. Thought, 127. So these are the things that he most talks about: our consciousness, the law, our power, our word, our thought, and the ability to create. 6 subjects, 1,070 times in 600 pages. Listen, 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 listen. So I looked at that and I was like, that needs to go together. So I came up with this. Had to write it down so I say it right. Your conscious thought becomes your words, which have the power to create through law. There, I just summed up sounds of mine. That'll be $2, no. Or change it a little bit. Your conscious thoughts become your words, which are empowered through law to create. My choice. My choice. And so when I say we have to do something, so Ernest wrote this book, and I can read it and decide what it means to me, because we have to get understanding. There's a quote in the Bible that says, with all thy seeking, seek understanding, so that you know stuff. You don't just hope stuff or think stuff, but you know stuff. And from that place of knowing, you can consciously create the life that you want. I want to be really clear here that there is something called human race consciousness, which, God help us, is the sum of all thought. 100 billion people, they think, have walked this earth. That's a lot of thought. And we are under that influence. We're under the influence of consciousness all the time. Pick up a magazine, turn on the radio. You're going to hear something that says, this, and this is always true. Or your friend that goes, well, I'm too old. Why do they think that? Because they're told that if they get to a certain age, they're too old to fill in the blank, which is just a bunch of malarkey. We are what we say we are. So let me go back to this, because I really want you to hear what this says on this very first page. To suppose, and in this book, when he capitalizes words, he's referring to God, or to spirit, or presence. I mean, he uses lots of words for God. In this place, he's going to call it the creative intelligence of the universe, all capitalized. I love that one. To suppose that the creative intelligence of the universe would create man in bondage and leave him there would be to dishonor the creative power, capitalized, which we call God. I was like, that's insulting. To suppose that God could make man as an individual without leaving him to discover himself would be to suppose an impossibility. Individuality must be spontaneous. It can never be automatic. Listen up. The seed of freedom, right here, page 1. The seed of freedom must be planted in the innermost being of man. But like the prodigal son, man must make the great discovery for himself. You know the prodigal son? Some of you know? It's a great story. It's a great story. He actually goes through the prodigal son on page 460, starting on page 460. The prodigal son is a story about two brothers and their dad, and the older brother is the duty brother. And the little brother is, I want a party. And so he says to the dad, I want my inheritance now. And the older brother's like, we got stuff to do. And the younger brother's like, no, I want to go party. And so the father gives him his inheritance. And boy, does he party. He gets up to all kinds of good stuff until there's nothing left to get into, because he's penniless and homeless and living in a pigsty in the story. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in a pigsty. It's pretty gross. I was 10. Living in a pigsty. Boy, he sowed some oats. He's got nothing left. And in the story, it says, when he came to himself, he had an awakening. He was like, oh my God, even my father's servants have a better life than this. I'm going to go choose that. And he goes home and he expects to not be met with much fanfare. Certainly not from his brother. And goes home kind of with his, his head bowed and his tail between his legs, and just says, I'll be a servant. And his father, I love this story. His father sees him in the distance and says, get the finest robe. Kill the best calf for the feast. Takes his ring off and gives it to him. Meets him halfway. He's home. Didn't know I was going to get emotional on that one. He's home. So like the prodigal son, we have to discover for ourselves that we can go home, that we don't have to live like this. Whatever this is for you, this is that vexing thing for me that won't shut up. Maybe it's a bad relationship that you feel trapped in. You're not trapped. Maybe it's work that drives you insane. You can choose something different. In this book, it says our consciousness of God is the key to our freedom. Our consciousness of God. We are so easily distracted. Oh, look over there. Thank you, Don. He actually looked over there. I love that. I love you so much. I am easily bound by, look, squirrel. Right? There's so many things these days that are commanding our attention. Like we can't look away from the train wreck. Anybody? Just yesterday, I was saying to my wife, it's so hard not to look away. It's so hard. I was really angry about something happening in my government. I was pissed. And I was like, I know I don't want to be, but it's so hard. And then I went, oh, wait. Right there I'm creating. It's so hard. Is creative. Because I don't just say it about one thing, right? It's a habit of thought. Oh, that's hard. In lots of other areas in my life, I use the word magico. I love that word. We coined it on a trip in Italy. I've infected a lot of you with it. Magico. You want something to go nice? Oh, magico. And I'm telling you, it works because I believe it when I say it. I'm not just going, oh, I hope it's good. Hope the plane's not late. Maybe we get upgraded. Magico. And the law has heard that so much that it has to go, well, there you go, Jer. And all the other crap that I keep saying, it goes, there you go. This thing that you're resisting, you've heard what you resist persists. Have you heard that? Do you know why it's true? Because you keep thinking about it. And the law goes, oh, okay, you want more of that. Here you go. Here's a big heaping pile of whatever it is. It can't say no. It's just like there's a passage in the book where he tries to describe it as seed, soil, and plant. The soil doesn't give a rat's end. Well, see, I caught myself. A rat's end about what you put in there. But I'm telling you, if I put a carrot seed in the ground, I do not expect a turnip. Because the soil can't give me a turnip, it can only give me a carrot. It doesn't care. That's why that's such a great analogy. The thought, plant a carrot, put a seed in there, ground says, okay, boom, there's a carrot. It's the same thing, okay? You can think of lots of ways that this works. So you've got to think about how it's working here in this lovely brain of ours. Because we're made in the image and likeness of God, with all the power and the potential and all the ability and all the possibility, we do the same thing that Ernest says God does, because God made us out of itself. We're the thing. We're the idea and the pass-through law and the thing. We're that. So all that God is, we are. But oh, do we forget? We are so forgetful. So you can choose freedom or bondage. So here's my question. Would you like to get out of jail free? Or do you want to go directly to jail? Now this one says you can't even pass go and you don't get your $200. Again, this is how God works for me. Yesterday I'm like, get out of jail. Get out of jail. I have that card. No. I honestly looked to see if I could get them for you, because this is a great reminder. And I'm going to leave this card out on my desk. And when I'm working with my practitioner, I'm like, I'm obviously not able to do this on my own. I've been in this teaching for 25 years. You think I would have figured this thing out? You think I would have come around to, let's see, this and this and this and then that. But instead I go this and this. Oh, and that, and that, and that, and then I'm way off over here in the land I don't want to inhabit. over and over. And then I come back, and then because it's habit. And you have to break your habits. So here's a good thing. I'm just thinking of it. James Clear says, if you want to establish a habit, tie it to something you already do. The easiest way to create a habit is do it, something you already do habitually. You brush your teeth every day? Yes? Okay, just checking. So then you say an affirmation while you're brushing your teeth. You speak the truth about yourself. So just right now, think about something that, I like the word vexing, it's just a good word. Something that makes you feel constricted. Something that's not working. Maybe it's just like something really old and annoying. Can you think of it? What if it wasn't true? I've realized that my story's not my story. This thing that's vexing me is a story. But a story's not a thing. A story doesn't have any power. Ernest says the only thing that's real, little r, is the power we give it. So what if we took the power out of it? It's just a story. Doesn't matter if it happened 100 or 1,000 times. Just a story. What would be the better story? That you're free? That you're intelligent? That you're creative? That you're joy-filled and therefore joyful? Only you know what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but you know right now. I know you do. I know you know what I'm talking about. And would you let it go? And if you would let it go, when? Why not now? Why not start telling yourself the truth about yourself? Well, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Ernest Holmes says it. You're wonderful. Listen to this. Let's see. All right. I want to share a couple of things on here. Because this is Ernest. And I am teaching a class on Essential Ernest, which is a combination of several of his books. And we get to go into a dive in this, and it is going to be delicious. You know, Kathy Ann's like, oh, if you want to talk about Ernest, talk to Jeri. I just, this man speaks to me, and some of it feels like gobbledygook sometimes. It's subjective this and objective that and mind and under this. And if it makes no sense to you, take a class. Take Beyond Limits. Take my class. Or ask a practitioner. They might know. Ask me. And if I don't know, I'll go, I know that's a gobbledygook one to me. But I study this every day. And every day, I'm serious, I study this every day. Because I'm always receptive to what he has to say, and sometimes I'm astounded by what he has to say. I feel like, damn, that's good. It's one of the things I love about morning prayer. I read Ernest, and then we can talk about it. What we demonstrate today, tomorrow, and the next day is not as important as the tendency which our thought is taking. That's all in caps. That's when I think Ernest is yelling at me. The dominant attitude of our mind. Now here you go. If every day things are a little better, a little happier, a little more harmonious, a little more health-giving and joyous, if each day we are expressing more life, we're going in the right direction. Just go in a little further each day. Another place in this book, he says, the only place to begin is right where we are. It'd be silly to try to start anywhere else. He uses some other word, but I'm going to say it's stupid, okay? It's just, where else are we going to start? Right where we are. And I want to encourage you to pick one thing that's not working, and examine why it might not be working. What are you thinking about it? What's your habit of thought about that? And decide, I'm gonna have a different thought, and every time that silly thought comes up, I'm gonna say no. Whatever you thought just now when I said, what would be the truth of it? Say that. I'll tell you my affirmation. I won't tell you what it's about. You don't need to know. It doesn't matter. I live a rebellion-free life by relinquishing control. Woo! Because there's a lot of things I try to control. It doesn't work. So come up with something that means something to you. Now here's the other part I want to tell you. Nothing is real to us unless we make it real. This is on 307. Nothing can touch us unless we let it touch us. Refuse to have the feelings hurt. Ooh. Refuse to receive anyone's condemnation. In the independence of your own mentality, believe and feel that you are wonderful. Can you take that in? You're wonderful. In another place, he says we should say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Because you are. This is not conceit. It is the truth. And he says that if we have a problem dwelling on limited thoughts, we should think about how big the universe is, how unlimited it is. All of a sudden, I can't think of this new observatory. What is it? Do you know the name? Oh my gosh. What is it? Reuben? Oh, they got a camera. Do you know about this? The lens is 8 meters. And they pointed it at this tiny little patch of the universe and found astonishing things. Go look it up. It will blow your mind. And that, where they're pointing, is a sliver of the universe. And they found thousands and thousands and thousands of galaxies. Thousands. Asteroids they had no idea were running around the universe. I saw a picture the other day. It's called the Cosmic Vine. It was discovered in 2023. It is 20 galaxies that are rotating and connecting. So it's this swirly, whirly thing that is 13 million light years across. We don't know what that means, right? I mean, really, how far away is that, right? I have no idea. It's big. 13 million light years? 3 billion years old. Think about how big the universe is. And you are the universe. You're the universe. Our mind is unlimited. The only thing that limits it is this habitual thought. So every day, go a little farther in the direction that you want to go and tell the law what you want. Yesterday in pickleball, my partner says, oh, they're going to kill us. I walked right up to her and I said, no, they are not. And I said it through gritted teeth. And I went under her bill of her hat and I said, give me that. And yes, we did win. 13-11, it was hard, but we did it. It's that easy. Like, catch yourself. Like the other day when I said, it's so hard. No, it's not. I turned to the God within me and all about me to see the truth instead of all this shenanigans I keep looking at and giving power to it. Turn to God. Right where you are. Let's pray. So I choose freedom. And if I have to remind myself 100,000 times to choose freedom, I'll do it. Because every time I do it, I go a little further and a little further still to the realization that God is. And if God is, and God is everything, then I am. And if I am, you are. And that everything, every good thing, every desire of my heart is the action of God through me, as me, and for me, forever waiting as the Father waited on the Son. Just come on home. Come on home. Know the truth. Feel the love. Breathe and be free. And so it is.
So this next mantra we're going to sing is it's all about freedom. It's all about freedom. It's one of the most ancient mantras ever to be written. It's from the Vedas, thousands and thousands of years old, and it's a chant to Shiva in the form of Triambakam. He has 3 eyes. Shiva has 3 eyes, and he is the Lord of yoga. And yoga is one of those things, one of those keys to freedom that we have. But the most important part is in the final line here. Mrityor mokshya mamratat. Mrityor means death, and mokshya means freedom. And mamritat is talking about the amrit, and the amrit is the nectar of immortality. And the nectar of immortality is the ancient yogic wisdom that we are eternal. So ultimately, we can free ourselves from our fear of death. It's ultimately what this mantra is all about. It's that we free ourselves from this idea that we are going to die by knowing that we are eternal. It's also said to be a great healing mantra. So we're going to chant, and you feel free to sing along if you feel inspired. It's a bit of a mouthful for sure. It's called the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra, which essentially means the great freedom over death mantra is what it really translates to. All right, so, and essentially that ancient wisdom is that God consciousness that Reverend Jeri was talking about. That God consciousness is that key to freedom. And in yoga, and in yogic terms, according to this mantra, is that the key for us to escape the bondage of fear in life is to understand that deep ancient wisdom of yoga, so which is we could translate as God consciousness. All right, so please join in if you can. If not, just maybe think of a place in your life you'd like some healing, or somebody in your life that you would want to send that healing energy to.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Kenny, and the pronouns I use are he and him. And I'm excited to talk to you from the perspective of the Board of Trustees. I'm one of the members, and I'm grateful to be here and helpful to serve. And we wanted to talk about our community conversation that's coming up. There was an email that went out, which I'll talk about in just a second, but it's reminding you that it is coming up this Tuesday, the 29th from 5 to 6. It is a Zoom opportunity. And what you need to know is the link in the email is wrong, and our apologies for that. So please, on your way out, grab the QR code that I can see right there in the lobby waiting. Go ahead and scan that and get yourself set up for Tuesday. It's an opportunity for you to share your thoughts about our home here and what we're doing. Another thing that we're also doing at the board is we're talking about the year 2030 and what does CSL Seattle look like to us then. And this is our opportunity to create our home, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about here. We have the freedom to make our home whatever we want it to be. So please take an opportunity to fill out the postcards in back, and what you're gonna do is fill that postcard out as if it's 2030, looking at CSL in the light of what you want. Is it a bigger sanctuary? Is it bigger music? Is it more Reverend Jeri speaking? Is it whatever it is you're wanting to see, write how you see it and what you feel and what you think about it, and know that you're sending it back to us in 2025 so that we can make that happen. We want to make sure we're reaching the whole group, and that includes our friends online, our family there as well. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you down at the table. I'll have postcards ready for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Somebody dreamed this up, right? So, before we do announcements, I want to tell us all about the ways to give. There's a great video on YouTube, Raymond Charles Barker, Money is God in Action. I encourage you to watch it. It also is a little tiny book. We used to sell it. We don't have it anymore. It is in print. You can get it on Amazon. Don't think that, Jeri. No. Money is God in action. And just like anything, it takes money to run this building, pay musicians, create programs for teenagers and for you and for everything. And so your contribution is gratefully received and spent wisely. And I've said it before, one of the things that I like to think about is who gave that I could be here now? To keep this place, what are we at, 103, 104? 104 years? Anybody? 102? No, 3. 103 years. Can I get 4? No. That's a lot of history of giving. And so in a minute, we'll do our little dance up the aisle in giving. I mentioned that I'm working with a practitioner. Working with a practitioner helps me get out of my own way, and based on what I'm saying, somebody else can go, are you hearing yourself? Like, maybe you should think about this. And to hold you in prayer. And we are today doing spiritual tune-ups, which are small mini sessions that you can have with our wonderful practitioners. Practitioners, stand up, wherever you are. Look at that. That's just first service, y'all. Michael in the back. So we're trained in how to know what Ernest is saying for you. So if something's not working, go sign up for a tune-up back at the registration desk. Is that right?
I'll be actually over the front door. You can sign up.
Sign up with Ray. Perfect. Something's working, you want more of it, sign up. It's not just when things aren't working. When things are working, you want more of it. Sign up for a tune-up. They're fabulous. And you can get prayer support 24/7. You can dial in. You can make a prayer request. You can write one today and put it in the box back where Michael is, back there in the corner, our little practitioner corner. And today, someone will be praying for you. That's how it works here. We have an inspiration line. You feeling down? Call the inspiration line. Practitioners record it. It's amazing. We have a woman, Ann Bach. I don't even know how long she's been doing it. 40 years, maybe? Every Saturday. And she lives in Mexico, and I'm just going to say it out loud. She ain't young. Truly. And she still records every Saturday an inspirational message. Now, you know what time it is. We're getting close. Seebeck. Y'all should come to Seebeck. You would love it. If you'd want to do everything, you can. If you want to do nothing, you can. God help you if you want to wear tie-dye. You? Dennis, are you doing it?
Of course I'll be doing the tie-dye.
Dennis will help you look like the hippie you used to be. I just like to say friends don't let friends wear tie-dye, but that's me. It's a really fun time. There's deep spiritual connection. There's games at night. There may or may not be cocktails in your room. Got to give them the full pictures, Kenny. It's a really wonderful time to find out what this community is about and who we all are, and we want you to come play with us. And create a better world. I'm so happy to be a part of it. We're doing a school supply drive. No backpacks, please. They had a corporate donation of backpacks. They do not need any more backpacks, but they need stuff to go in them. There's a table set up in the back. You can get more information about that. You can bring supplies, or you can make a cash or check donation, and we'll buy the supplies for you. So it's back to school. We want all kids, especially now, to have what they need. And with that, I'm going to ask my lovely Nartano to bring the basket forward. He told me this morning, I'm your basket guy. Thank you, Nartano. Oh, God. Show him. Turn around. I did not plan that. That's hilarious. Yes. I love you anyway. Oh, let's pray. So I open my heart to receive the blessing that is God in form. I open my heart to receive the blessing for this community that is God in form. I open my heart to know that as we come together with our tithes, our offerings, our time, our talents, our treasure, whatever it is, that every contribution is magnified and glorified. I just am open this moment. And I'm grateful that for all these years we've kept the doors open. We've kept the songs reverberating. We've kept the music playing. And that we are the center for spiritual living. And so it is. Now's the time.
Wow, last time I was up here, I couldn't speak because the music was so great. Now I can't help but dance, so thank you. So we are a vital community, and I hold and know that we are each and every one of us here for the highest and best. I want you to let you know that we have a prayer circle over here in the corner afterwards if you would like that support. We have a prayer box in the back, and of course we have the tune-ups. I'll be standing out back. I'm not sure how this is going to work because we've never really had someone standing back there to know how to get you into your tune-ups. But please come and talk to me. I'll take your name, your phone number, your text messages so we can communicate. And we'll, once the team gets here, we'll be able to figure that out. So I just want to let you know that. So also, if you are so moved by this message, which was so amazing, 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 thank you, Reverend Jeri. Go back and watch it again. Watch it again and again. Be moved. Take that inch by inch, day by day change in your life. It works. I know for myself it works. So do that work. Start finding the readings that support you and hold you in the highest and best, for we are all wonderful, beautiful inspirations of courage and love. And so as we go into this week today, into the day today, into our lives forward, I hold and know that each and every one of us is blessed and a blessing. And I am so grateful to be here, grateful that you are here online. And online, if you want a prayer circle, or prayers, you can go and talk to, I'm sorry, I got the message here. Kay and Anita are waiting for you. So please go and have some prayer with them. And I hold and know that we are each and every one of us blessed and a blessing throughout the day, throughout our lives, and so it is.
All right, everybody. It's time for the closing sing-along. Please rise as you're able. Please get up on stage and dance as you're able, but be very careful. There's very cool and fragile instruments up there. Thank you very much. We're going to do This Little Light of Mine. Please sing along.